of National Independence Day as well as Guru Poornima, because they were very close together. Yesterday was Guru Poornima and today is the 4th July, the National Independence Day, and therefore we decided to combine the functions, and therefore we will have both these together. So we shall have some singing of national anthem, some presentation on American independence, and also some music about Guru Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and the whole idea of Guru, which is a very important idea in spiritual life, a great concept. And actually, if you see, the two are not very far apart. The idea of independence and the thought of Guru. Guru is the one who leads you to the ultimate independence. There is a political independence, and then there is the real true independence. Political independence has, of course, a value, but it is limited. Still, people do not go beyond suffering, and they may have some type of, no foreign country, no other country is ruling them. But the benefits, they are not equally shared by everyone. In United States also we experience it, that in spite of independence, a huge chunk of population remains unprivileged or underprivileged. They do not get that benefit of liberty, except maybe they are able to cast their vote. But then there are commentaries about American democracy that after all, it is you vote to someone about whom you have only read or heard from the media. And the medias, they project different images of the candidates. The one media who is governed by the supporter, it portrays one picture. The opposing party portrays, their media portrays a completely different one. And the field in United States for democratic choice of government is limited to precious two. There are only two parties. It is not a wide open field that about 20 people could participate or contest the election. It is only either this or that, either Democrat or Republican. Some other party just puts their candidate, but that is only symbolic. And that is not really, nobody who expects them to win any election. So, the choice of having a free government is limited even in the independence. Then there is the lot of discrimination between economic strata of society, and that really shakes the foundation of independence. It is because if there is such disparity between the income levels, then naturally there is jealousy in that class who feels deprived, systematically deprived of these benefits that the others are getting. So one thing that we should, as an independent nation, we must try to do is to remove this economic imbalance. As a member of the interfaith community here, every year we organize a vigil at the State House. The interfaith group is named as Fight Poverty with Faith. And it is, we urge all the rulers that see that the economic imbalance is to be reduced so that the foundations of democracy become more established. One can think about it. It is a big topic. I don't want to talk on this right now, but a very well-known fact that the society struggles between the different classes as the Marx, whether you are Marxist or not, that philosophy is still very much read by non-Marxists also. There is this struggle between the haves and the have-nots. And that leads to a revolutionary process unless a solution has been found to remove this. Measures are being taken, but one should pay attention to this if we want to have a democracy and independence. So it is an important thought. Also, it is connected to our spiritual reality, that God is in all. The Spirit is same in all, and therefore there we are equal. That is the basis of democracy, equality. That as it is shown in a very nice this TV serial, that look, each has one vote in democracy, whether you are a rich man or whether you are a poor fellow. Both will have one vote. Whether you are highly learned or whether you are illiterate, only one vote. Whether you are very tall or short, only one vote. It doesn't matter. So therefore this basis of equality is there for the democracy to function. There were times we did not come to that stage. America did not come to that stage immediately after declaring independence. There still was slavery. And the slaves did not have voting rights. Owners of the slaves would cast vote. There was the law of some 3/5 or whatever, that they would get that much votes, but they will not be able to cast those. Those who are owners of those slaves, they would cast on their behalf. Also, there was the voting, very funny thing, but it was on the lines of what we call the stock market, the company shares. As many shares you have, that many votes are accordingly you will be able to cast. So in American economy, American democracy also, in its early days, it depends on how much land holding you have. So if you have more land holding, accordingly you will have that many votes. Gradually the things started changing. Not too long ago, half the population, women, didn't have voting rights. It is not too long ago. It is considered that why should women have voting rights? Very funny, now sounds very terribly unjust, but that was the case. So it is a gradual evolution. And in that gradual evolution towards the march towards equality, every entity is equal, but where that equality is? In spirit and in spirit only. Physically, intellectually, economically, there is going to be immense variety. It is not possible to force everything to become equal, that let everybody be only 6 feet tall. That is not possible. Why, Prasanna? You want to become 6 foot tall? Okay. Yeah. So, you cannot have equality there. So, in our language we say, look at the 5 fingers of the same hand. They also are not same, they are unequal, and therefore they have their specific functions. If they are all equal, they will not be able to perform those functions. Therefore, they are, by program, they are all unequal. So, this is, externally things are going to be unequal. There will always be inequality there. Where will the equality be seen? Is in spirit, as we call Atman. That is same in all. And awakening of that Atman in our life is therefore the goal to achieve real democratic spirit. And then the democracy will properly function. Nobody will have special rights. Those who want to know about how Swami Vivekananda explains this, you can read his lecture given in Madras, and also here in United States he spoke on Vedanta and democracy. Very important lectures, that this externally you can never force equality. It will be disastrous. But to see the internal equality present in all, irrespective of the external differences. All cannot be equally musical like our Peter, and so many wonderful musicians are here today. So they will not be equally musicals. They will not have even the liking for music equally present. They may not be big scientists, all of them cannot be. So, but what is going to be the common element in all is the Atman. Atman. So, the spiritual life teaches us to hold on to that and proceed forward. That is the way that we can become independent. When we hold on to that, that is free. The spirit is ever free. Peter, you are going to do that song? Ever free. Song of the free. Yeah, so it is free. Swami Vivekananda wrote that wonderful poem. And my predecessor, revered Swami Sarvagatananji, used to like that poem a lot, that spirit of freedom. So let us begin with that song. Peter, please come forward.
I don't think so.
No.
We may have it, but I don't know.
You need the stand, right?
Yeah. Thank you, dear Swami.
That song is
Oh, we have it? Oh, great.
because it was performed jointly by me.
Yeah. Well, as you were giving your talk, I said, that is exactly Swamiji's poem, so. The wounded snake its hood unfurls, the sway, the flame stirred up the blaze. The desert air resounds the call of heart-struck lions' rage. The cloud puts forth its deluge strength, when lightning cleaves its breast. When the soul is stirred to its inmost depths, great ones unfold their best. Great ones unfold their best. Let eyes grow dim and hearts grow faint, and friendship fail and love betray. Let fate its 100 horrors send, and clouded darkness block the way. All nature wear one angry frown, to crush you out and still know my soul. You are divine, march on and on, not right nor left, but to the goal. Not right nor left, but to the goal. Nor angel I, nor man, nor brute, nor body mine, nor he, nor she. The books do stop in wonder mute, to tell my nature I am he. Before the sun, the moon, the earth, before the stars or comets free, before e'en time had had its birth, I was, I am, and I will be. I was, I am, and I will be. The beauteous earth, the glorious sun, the calm, sweet moon, the spangled sky. Causation's laws do make them run. They live in bonds, in bonds they die. And mighty its mantle, dreamy net, casts o'er them all and holds them fast. In warp and woof of thought are set, earth, hells, and heaven are worst or best. Earth's heavens or hell are worst or best. No, these are the outer cast, all space and time, effect and cause. I am beyond all sense, all thought, the witness of the universe. Not two or many, 'tis but one, and thus in me all me's I have. I cannot hate, I cannot shun myself from me, I can but love. From dreams awake, from bonds be free, be not afraid this mystery. My shadow cannot frighten me, no once for all that I am he. No once for all that I am he. No once for all that I am he.
Now we shall have the
Okay.
National anthem, Advait and Arohi, they will be. And as per practice, let us all stand. Advait, Arohi, where are they? Huh? Huh? Oh, they are tuning the instrument. Oh, okay. Francis. I wish that it would have been simpler.
Oh, they need to stand.
Yeah.
You can use this figure.
People can use that other spoon.
Are you gonna use?
I'll just sing.
During the anthem.
You can start. I won't play.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee.
Well, good morning, friends. A few weeks ago when I was here meeting with Swami, he said, can you give 5-minute remark on freedom independence? And I thought, geez, with all of the volumes and scholars who have written over the years, I said, 5 minutes, really? So I took it on a challenge to do it. And so what I'd like to do is survey the teachings from 8 different teachers of Vedanta and yoga, well-known teachers. I'll take 1 or 2 lines from each of them, and then we'll see if we can draw any conclusion. The first person is named Sadhguru. Perhaps you've seen him on YouTube. He has a large following. He has a place in Tennessee as well as in India. And it seems the essence of his teaching is simple. He says, I achieved everything by going into the forest, stealing my mind, and he uses the phrase, not messing with my mind. He said, from that, I've learned everything that made me Sadhguru, whatever that means. And he says, even today, when I'm not busy with the world, I do the same. I go into the woods and I sit with no stimulation, no TVs, no books, and I just still my mind. So that's an interesting idea. It turns up in Nisargadatta Maharaj's teachings as well. And he said, really all you need is a quiet mind. And I'm going to quote it here. He says, when the mind is kept free of its occupations, it becomes quiet. If you do not disturb this quiet, you will be recognizing it as your own nature. You will never be the same again. We actually just heard it in the song that Peter just did, Swami Vivekananda's. You could see it, it was implicit in there, right? The quieting of the mind that's stirring up all of this trouble. So a disciple or questioner then asked Nisargadatta Maharaj, well, isn't just sitting idle, content, alone, a most selfish activity? And the Maharaj answered, indeed, it's the most worthy way to spend your time. He said, do it, and you will go beyond selfishness. You will go beyond selfishness and beyond selflessness. You will solve your own problems, and only then will you be suitable for solving the problems of the world. Swami Vivekananda, in the song we just heard, but also in his book Raja Yoga, mentions the mind as a lake. And you can imagine a silver coin at the bottom of a lake. Now, what do we see? Well, it depends on the quality of the water. If the water is full of impurities, mud and silt, you may look down and not see it at all. If the water is fairly clear but turbulent, what you'll see it dancing around. You'll get glimpses of it, but it'll keep moving around. It'll keep shifting around. So he said, only when the lake of the mind is still will you see the silver coin. And here, of course, he's talking about the self, the Atman. Patanjali, in his Yoga Sutras, gives the very definition of yoga as yoga chitra vritti nirodha, stilling the waves, the vortex. I like this word vritti because to me it's etymologically the same as the English vortex, right? A vortex, like if you think of the water going down the drain or in the bathtub, it spins. A hurricane, a tornado, they all have that. So then what is this center of activity for the mental vortex? Well, we get the idea from Sri Ramakrishna. He says, all goes when the ego goes. And so if you look at it from an analytical standpoint carefully, all of these mental gyrations, these vortices, this whirlpool, is either recalling the past or projecting the future. It's never in the moment. We're either thinking of something that happened or something we hope will happen. And that, if you study it carefully, that the ego is the center of all of those mental gyrations. Swami Chinmayananda says you have to go beyond body, mind, and intellect. And we see this, it's kind of a theme in Vedanta. Go beyond the body, mind, and intellect. And of course the question is, well, if we go beyond body, beyond mind, beyond intellect, what else is there? And then there's two steps. You come to what they call the vasanas, or the residual impressions. And so just like when you're using a computer, maybe you're doing email or word processing or developing a presentation, you think you're interacting with the word processor or the PowerPoint presentation software. But underneath that is a whole thing called an operating system that's deciding when to run the word processor, right? So these vasanas and residual impressions are in there driving our behavior perhaps to a more larger extent than we may realize until we start practicing some of these. We hear a lot on Maya and a lot of esoteric definitions of Maya. What is Maya? It seems very illusory, but from Swami Adishwarananda in his book, The Vedanta Way to Peace and Happiness, he gives such a practical operational definition of Maya, I guess, and he says, basically, the mind is the very Maya which divides or attempts to divide the indivisible. And in the Yoga Vasishta, we see the following verse. Consciousness with conceptualization is mind. Consciousness without conceptualization is the eternal Brahman. So I think with my 5 minutes close to up, the prosecution will rest. Hopefully you, as the jury, will get the idea of what is intent. So I'll summarize with 2 verses. One comes from the Old Testament. It says, "Be still and know thy God." And the second, which I closed my talk a few weeks ago based on the Vasishta Yoga, is, "Conceptualize not, and ye will be not conceptualized." Thank you, friends.
This is a poem by Swami Vivekananda to the 4th of July. Behold, the dark clouds melt away that gathered thick at night and hung so like a gloomy pall above the earth. Before thy magic touch, the world awakes. O sun, today thou sheddest liberty. Behold, the dark clouds melt away that gathered thick at night and hung so like a gloomy pall above the earth. Before thy magic touch, the world awakes. O sun, today thou sheddest liberty. The birds in chorus sing, the flowers raise their star-like crowns. Do set and wave thee welcome fair. The lakes are opening wide in love, their 100,000 lotus eyes to welcome thee with all their depth. All hail to thee, the Lord of light, a welcome new to thee today. O sun, today thou sheddest liberty. Bethink thee how the world did wait and search for thee through time and clime. Some gave up home and love of friends and went in quest of thee self-banished Through dreary oceans, through primeval forests, each step a struggle for their life or death. Then came the day when work bore fruit, and worship, love, and sacrifice, fulfilled, accepted, and complete. Then thou propitious rose to shed the light of freedom on mankind. O Sun, today thou sheddest liberty. Move on, O Lord, in thy resistless path, till thy high noon o'erspreads the world, till every land reflects thy light, till men and women with uplifted head behold their shackles broken, and know in springing joy their life renewed, and know in springing joy their life renewed.
So now we will have more songs related to Guru. So I request our Ratna to begin with one song. No, that is to be, kept on a chair. That chair may not be. You can sit on that. We have a wonderful tabla player, Abhishek Datta.
ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदम् केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं दन्दातितं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमास्वादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधि साक्षिभूतं भवातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरु तं नमामि। गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बात, गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बात, बढ़ा विकट यमघाट, गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बाट। भ्रांति की पहाड़ी नदिया बीचम, भ्रांति की पहाड़ी नदिया बीचम, अहंकार की लाट, काम क्रोध दो पर्वत ठांडे, काम क्रोध दो पर्वत ठांडे, लोभ चोर संघात, गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बाट, गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बाट। मद मत्सर का मेह बरसत, मद मत्सर का मेह बरसत, माया पवन बह दाट, कहत कबीर सुनो भय साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भय साधो, क्यों तरना यह घाट, गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बाट, गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बाट, बढ़ा विकट यमघाट, गुरु बिना कौन, गुरु बिना कौन, गुरु बिना कौन बतावे बाट। Should I sing one Swamiji song? जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद, जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद, विश्वेश्वर भ्रमहर भास्कर आशुतोष शिव जय सुख कंद जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद त्रिभुवन पावन नर नारायण विमल बोध घन ब्रह्म परायण त्रिभुवन पावन नर नारायण विमल बोध घन ब्रह्म परायण भव भय वारण जगत उद्धारण नीत मुक्त जय गत भव बंध जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद युगनायक युग धर्म सहायक चित प्रकाशक शुभमतिदायक युगनायक युग धर्म सहायक चित प्रकाशक शुभमतिदायक मोह पुंज हर मोक्ष विधायक वीर धीर निरभय छंद जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद निद्रित चित्त प्रबोधनकारी मुग्ध जीव जड़ता परिहारी राम कृष्ण लीला सहचारी नाश करो प्रभु नाश करो प्रभु भव दुख दंद जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद जय वीरेश्वर भ्रमहर भास्कर आशुतोष शिव जय सुख कंद जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद जय जय स्वामी जय जय स्वामी जय जय स्वामी विवेकानंद
আচ্ছা দেখো একটু আমার সঙ্গে গিয়ে দাও আমি গাইতে পারবো বলে মনে হচ্ছে প্রভু মায়ের গুলাম
गुलाम मैं गुलाम तेरा प्रभु मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम तेरा तू दीवान तू दीवान तू दीवान तू दीवान तू दीवान मेरा प्रभु मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम तेरा प्रभु मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम तेरा दो रोटी एक लंगोटी तेरे पास मैं चाया दो रोटी एक लंगोटी तेरे पास मैं चाया वक्त भाव दे यार वक्त भाव दे यार नाम तेरा गाया प्रभु मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम तेरा प्रभु मैं गुलाम मेहरबान नाम तेरा बढ़िया मैं गुलाम मेहरबान नाम तेरा बढ़िया दास कबीर शरण आया दास कबीर शरण आया चरण लागे तेरिया प्रभु मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम तेरा तू दीवान तू दीवान तू दीवान तू दीवान तू दीवान मेरा प्रभु मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम मैं गुलाम तेरा You sing one more song. কি গান? কবির হারমোনিয়াম
হ্যাঁ তো বলছি তুমি গাও।
ঠিক আছে মোকো কাহা চাল ওকে হারমোনিয়াম ধরো সিটি থাকো সি because the previous one was Shanta Kabir. This is another song by Kabir. मोको कहाँ मोको कहाँ ढूंढो रे बंदे मैं तो तेरे पास में
तेरे पास में, ना तीरथ में ना मूरत में, ना तीरथ में ना मूरत में, ना एकांत निवास में, ना तीरथ में ना मूरत में, मैं तो तेरे पास में, ना मैं ना मंदिर में ना मस्जिद में, ना मंदिर में ना मस्जिद में, ना काशी कैलाश में, मैं तो तेरे पास में, मैं तो तेरे पास में। ना मैं जप में ना मैं तप में, ना मैं व्रत उपवास में, ना मैं जप में ना मैं तप में, ना मैं व्रत उपवास में, ना मैं क्रिया कर्म में रहता, ना मैं क्रिया कर्म में रहता, ना मैं याग संन्यास में, मैं तो तेरे पास में, मैं तो तेरे पास में। बोलिए तो तुरंत मिल जाओ, खोजिए तो तुरंत मिल जाओ, एक ही पल की तलाश में, एक ही पल की तलाश में, कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, मैं तो हूँ, मैं तो हूँ, मैं तो हूँ विश्वास में।
The place of Guru in one's spiritual life is very important, but at the same time, quite difficult to understand. Because the question comes as to who is Guru? So, there is lot of discussion on that, whether Guru is a person, whether Guru is the one from whom you learn, whether Guru is the person who gave you initiation, or whether the Guru is Satchidananda, God alone is Guru. We read this in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and in these our wonderful hymns from tantras like Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Reva Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And then the following verses, they do not indicate Guru as any person. That Guru is God alone. That Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. By whose grace you get to see that which is undivided, all-pervading, that being from whom you get the directions to go there, that is Guru. Making a Guru a person and a center of a cult is really destroying the principle of Guru. It is, let me read, that the one who gave me initiation, the 10th president of our order, he had given instructions to all our centers when he was actually General Secretary of the order, because there was the celebration of the particular gurus who gave dikshas at various centers. And thus, slowly, a cult started forming around them. Not only that, as the human tendency is, that competition, my guru is superior to your guru. See, for my guru's birthday celebration, we had 500 people. For your guru's celebration, only 300. So all these very silly things started. And so he sent an instruction. And that is how we started celebrating Guru Poornima in all centers. That we shall all observe only this day. No particular Guru's birthday will ever be observed in any of our centers. It is the devotees of one who got initiation from a person can observe in their home or whatever, but not to in any center. And let us have the observance of the Guru principle. That is the most important idea that one has to come up with. And since then, this thing changed. Otherwise, we dragged this principle. That is what he wrote in one of his books. It was actually a lecture that was then compiled into the book form, and there he speaks about it. Very important thing. Sri Ramakrishna, I am quoting, Sri Ramakrishna is our ultimate Guru. Again, Sri Ramakrishna means that the Satchidananda, Sri Ramakrishna, not just as a person, but an embodiment of Satchidananda. That is our true Guru. Everybody in our order who initiate, they maintain this, that Satchidananda Sri Ramakrishna is the Guru. Even Holy Mother, while giving initiation, would insist on that that is the Guru. But there is a very complex relation, that there is still a special connection with the person who initiated you. Very difficult to actually put it in words, but that feeling is very important to hold on to. Without getting away from this, Swami Sardananda explains it that in his celebrated treatise, Sri Ramakrishna Leela Prasanga, or Sri Ramakrishna and his divine play, that can you really separate the two things? The knowledge and the person from whom you get that knowledge. You cannot really separate these, but you should use that person as the source of knowledge. Get that knowledge from that person. Let me continue with this reading. Again I quote, Sri Ramakrishna is our ultimate Guru. He is our friend, philosopher, guide, and the ultimate abode. There is a special dignity in our Guru Vada. Ensure that nobody is foolish enough to lower it to an ordinary level, because this is not devotion to the Guru. Real Guru Bhakti lies in shaping one's life after the ideals of Sri Ramakrishna by silently following the directions of one's Guru. So it is like, how complex it is, you can see that it is, you have to follow Sri Ramakrishna as the ideal, but then follow it as per what our Guru has guided us. So both these things have to be properly grasped. Without that, we miss the point. But as I mentioned, it is not easy to understand. One has to really meditate on this, that the Guru as a person, Guru as the principle, both have to be properly felt and properly followed. So now we shall have some more songs. Who now will sing? Aparna? Can you? She has come from Pune, Yeah, so I think these things can be taken down now. Would you like to sit on the chair or down on the floor, whatever you want? Okay. So I think we need to take that out. Yeah.
गुरु भावे साधो, ऐसा ही गुरु भावे, ज्ञान भक्ति का भर भर प्याला, ज्ञान भक्ति का भर भर प्याला, पिए और पिलावे साधो, ऐसा ही गुरु भावे साधो। नाद छिपा तन में लय मन में, नाद छिपा तन में लय मन में, कोई पता ना पावे, नाद छिपा तन में लय मन में, कोई पता ना पावे, चांद सूरज का लोचन गुरु का, चांद सूरज का लोचन गुरु का, देखे और दिखावे साधो, ऐसा ही गुरु भावे साधो। परमहंस गुरुवंश रूप जब हृदय बीच विराजे, परमहंस गुरुवंश रूप जब हृदय बीच विराजे, प्रभु राम कृष्ण गुरु रूप में जब हृदय बीच विराजे, सात सुरों की बानी मेरी, सात सुरों की बानी मेरी, ओम सात सुरों की बानी मेरी, ओंकार धुन गावे साधो, ऐसा ही गुरु भावे साधो। ज्ञान भक्ति का भर भर प्याला, ज्ञान भक्ति का भर भर प्याला, पिए और पिलावे साधो, ऐसा ही गुरु भावे साधो। माँ का भजन। चित्त चरणों में सदा हो, माँ हमें वरदान दे, जगत में कर्तव्य निष्ठा और हृदय में ज्ञान दे। चित्त चरणों में सदा हो माँ हमें वरदान दे। चित्त चरणों में सदा हो माँ हमें वरदान दे। जगत में कर्तव्य निष्ठा और हृदय में ज्ञान दे। जगत में कर्तव्य निष्ठा और हृदय में ज्ञान दे। पाव विचलित हो नहीं, सन्मार्ग पर चलता रहूं। आपदाओं अड़चनों के बीच भी बढ़ता रहूं। दिव्यता का अंश हूँ, दिव्यता का अंश हूँ। मुझको सतत यह भान दे। जगत में कर्तव्य निष्ठा और हृदय में ज्ञान दे। ओ सभी मेरे सुहृदय, पीड़ित किसी को ना करूं। हो सका तो आप्त जन की शक्ति भर सेवा करूं। बस यही है याचना, निज लक्ष्य का संधान दे। जगत में कर्तव्य निष्ठा और हृदय में ज्ञान दे। इस जगत में कुछ नहीं अपना जिसे मैं कह सकूं। एक तेरे आसरे सुख दुख सभी कुछ सह सकूं। इस जगत में कुछ नहीं अपना जिसे मैं कह सकूं। एक तेरे आसरे सुख दुख सभी कुछ सह सकूं। हूँ जननी तव तनय मैं, हूँ जननी तव तनय मैं। इसका मुझे अभिमान दे। जगत में कर्तव्य निष्ठा और हृदय में ज्ञान दे। चित्त चरणों में सदा हो माँ हमें वरदान दे। जगत में कर्तव्य निष्ठा और हृदय में ज्ञान दे।
Very good, thank you. Now we shall have a short dance. But now we have to connect the dance to the speaker, that music for it. Can it be put there? Hey Pranav, please take that song there. Until that song gets well set, we can have Aishwari sing.
Purnam. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Kripa Bina Nahi Koi Sadhan Bal Guru Kripa Bina Nahi Koi Sadhan Bal Bhaja Mana Bhaja Anuksan Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman Guru Charana Kamala Bhajaman मिलता नहीं ऐसा दुर्लभ जन्म मिलता नहीं ऐसा दुर्लभ जन्म भ्रमता हूँ 14 भुवन भ्रमता हूँ 14 भुवन किसी को मिलती है अहो भाग्य से किसी को मिलती है अहो भाग्य से हरि भक्तों के दर्शन गुरु चरण कमल भजमन गुरु चरण कमल भजमन कृष्ण कृपा की आनंद मूर्ति कृष्ण कृपा की आनंद मूर्ति आनंद मूर्ति आनंद मूर्ति आनंद मूर्ति कृष्ण कृपा की आनंद मूर्ति कृष्ण कृपा की आनंद मूर्ति दीन जन करुण निदान दीन जन करुण निदान भक्ति भाव प्रेम तीन प्रकाशता भक्ति भाव प्रेम तीन प्रकाशता श्री गुरुपति तपवान गुरु चरण कमल भजमन गुरु चरण कमल भजमन श्रुति स्मृति और पुराण नमाहि श्रुति स्मृति और पुराण नमाहे पुराण नमाहे पुराण नमाहे पुराण नमाहे पुराण नमाहे श्रुति स्मृति और पुराण नमाहे केनो स्पष्ट प्रमाण केनो स्पष्ट प्रमाण तन मन जीवन गुरुपदे अर्पणा तन मन जीवन गुरुपदे अर्पणा सदा हरि नाम रतना गुरु चरण कमल भज मन गुरु चरण कमल भज मन गुरु कृपा बिना नहीं कोई साधन बल गुरु कृपा बिना नहीं कोई साधन बल भज मन भज अनुसार गुरु चरण कमल भज मन 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 गुरु जया गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जया जया गुरुदेव
Yeah, because you can control the volume from. No, but if the phone is distorting, there's nothing you can do downstream. So you know, you have to just modulate. I would just set it like 3/4.
Krishna Swagatam Krishna Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Sharanagatam Krishna Swagatam Krishna Sharanagatam Krishna Madhurapuri Sadana Mriduvadana Madhusudana Madhurapuri Sadana നന്ദ ഗോപകം സ്വാഗതം മുഷ്ടികാസൂര ചാടൂര മല്ലവിദ വലയ പീര മുഷ്ടികാസൂര ചാടൂര മല്ലവിദ വലയ പീര മർദന കാളികനാഥന ഗോകുല രക്ഷണ സകല സുലക്ഷണ ദേവാ മദന കാളികനർദന ഗോകുല രക്ഷണ സകല സുലക്ഷണ ദേവ ശിഷ്ടജന പാല സംകൽപ കൽപ കൽപശത കോടി അധമര രാഗമ തീര പുരിജന വികാര കൃഷ്ണ തീര പുരിജന വികാര മദന സുകുമാര ദൈത്യ സംഹാര ദേവ മധുര മധുര ഗതി സാഹസ സാഹസ മധുര മധുര ഗതി സാഹസ സാഹസ രജനിത സീജന മാനസ ഗോചിത സാതപ ഗരേ പരി
भक्तचित्त आनन्दकारी भक्तचित्त आनन्दकारी प्रेमधन तव करुण आनन शोकवारण तापहारी प्रेमधन तव करुण आनन शोकवारण तापहारी नाथ तुम भव भय निवारी नाथ तुम भव भय निवारी पूर्ण ब्रह्म तुमी सनातन नित्य निरगुण निराकारी पूर्ण ब्रह्म तुमी सनातन नित्य निरगुण निराकारी भक्त कारण देहधारण भक्त कारण देहधारण भुवन पावन रूपधारी नाथ तुम मय निवारी नाथ तुम भय निवारी सूरधुनी तट करत लीला दक्षिणेश्वर के पुजारी सूरधुनी तट करत लीला दक्षिणेश्वर के पुजारी सिद्धिदाता बने साधक सिद्धिदाता बने साधक सर्वधर्म मतानुसारी काम कांचन लेश विरहित घोर रिपु बल दलनकारी काम कांचन लेश विरहित घोर रिपु बल दलनकारी मोह माया भ्रम हरो प्रभु मोह माया भ्रम हरो प्रभु शरण आए हम तुम्हारी नाथ तुम भव भय निवारी नाथ तुम भव भय निवारी भक्त चित्त आनन्दकारी भक्त चित्त आनन्दकारी प्रेम धन तव करुण आनन शोकवारण तापहारी नाथ तुम भव भय निवारी नाथ तुम भव भय तुम भव नाथ तुम भव भय
So now we will offer food to Sri Ramakrishna in a few minutes. Before that, our Peter will sing one Guru song. And then there will be food offering. While the food offering is going on, we will have some reading about the Guru principle and so forth. AJ will read it. And after that, you will be doing your own flower worship. Then we will have prasad. And the program doesn't end there actually. After that, there will be a music, devotional music concert by a wonderful professional singer, Amrita Vasanta Gadkar. So she will perform star performance at about 2 o'clock.
I am the ocean where all have begun. I am beloved sublime. I am the ocean where all finally come. I am the one behind time. I am the one behind time. For I am the one who made heaven and earth, planets and stars up above. I am the treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of limitless joy, infinite consciousness too. I am the music that never will cloy. I am the ocean to you. I am the ocean to you. For I am the one who made heaven and earth, planets and stars up above. I am the treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean, unending peace, infinite hearing and sight. You from your chains I have come to release into my ocean of light, into my ocean of light. For I am the one who made heaven and earth, planets and stars up above. I am the treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of unbroken calm, infinite bliss I am too. I've been called Jesus and Buddha and Ram, and now Ramakrishna by you. Now Ramakrishna by you. For I am the one who made heaven and earth, planets and stars up above. I am the treasure of infinite worth. I am the ocean of love. I am the ocean of love, drowning in the ocean of love.
So make sure the reading gets heard here. Yes. Borrow the microphone. On the stage.
Yeah. What can you do? Yes, yes, yes. I'm not worried. Abhijit, do you know when I should start? Do you know when I should start? Or you give me a signal? Okay. 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 Reading from Meditation and Spiritual Life by Swami Yatishwarananda. Need for a guru. In India, we take the necessity of a guru for granted in spiritual life. When I first went to Europe, I was surprised to hear some religious groups saying that they could commune with God, hear the voice of God, get directions about spiritual life without any special training. I studied a few cases and found, as I had expected, that these people were hearing their own voices, which sometimes were good. God and the divine voice are far off from an impure soul. Outside help. My teacher, Swami Brahmananda, used to say, one requires a teacher even when one wants to learn stealing. And this sublime Brahmavidya, the knowledge of Brahman, does it not require a teacher to acquire it? There is no mystery in this. People go to Madame Curie to study the properties of radium. They go to Rutherford to learn about the nature of the atom. As in natural science, the guidance of a competent teacher is necessary. So in spiritual science, the guidance of a guru is absolutely necessary to learn the technique of realizing the self. Here we are traveling into regions of which we know nothing. Those who do not feel the need of any teacher, who are over anxious to be teachers of others, should remember that the blind should not try to lead the blind. Hindu scriptures repeatedly stress the importance of the guru. Take, for instance, the Bhagavad Gita. In it, Krishna at first simply takes Arjuna to the battlefield without giving him any spiritual instruction. Then Arjuna pleads with him, overpowered by grief, my mind is confused regarding the right path. I supplicate you as your disciple, instruct me who have taken refuge in you. It is only when Arjuna accepts Krishna as the guru does the divine teacher begin his teaching. In Shankara's crest jewel of discrimination, we find the disciple appealing to his teacher, O Master, I have fallen into the sea of birth and death. Save me from this misery. The power of spiritual initiation. Sri Ramakrishna says, one must have an awakening of the spirit within in order to see the one unchanging, imperishable reality. Mere reading and talking about spiritual truths is not enough. One should directly perceive the light within. How is this first awakening to be brought about? An illumined teacher does this for the disciple through a process of spiritual initiation. In all religions, there are initiation rites consisting of bath, baptism, sprinkling with holy water or oil, reciting of sacred texts, rituals of worship, etc. These practices make the initiates eligible for the special privileges of the religious communities into which they are admitted as members thereby. This formal initiation is very different from the spiritual initiation we are here speaking of. This is what Jesus meant when he said, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. To be born again means to undergo spiritual awakening, to cease to identify oneself with one's body and realize oneself as the spirit. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit. Later on, St. Peter, a disciple of Christ, explained the meaning of this passage. Being born again, not of corruptible seed, but of incorruptible, by the word of God, which liveth and abideth forever. The guru is one who transmits the word of God. The power of God comes through the word, the mantra, and through the mantra comes the awakening of the spirit. In India, we have the ideal of the Dvija, the twice born. The word Dvija also means a bird. First comes the egg, then out of the egg comes the fledgling, which will someday develop into a mature bird. All eggs do not get hatched. All fledglings do not grow fully. Similarly, all people do not attain spiritual realization. People are in different stages of spiritual growth. A well-known Sanskrit verse says, by natural birth, a man is born a Shudra, an ignorant person. Through purificatory rites, he becomes a Dvija, the twice born. Through study and knowledge of the scriptures, he becomes a Vipra, a scholar or poet. Through the realization of the Supreme Spirit, he becomes a Brahmana, a knower of Brahman. The purpose of spiritual initiation is to enable a person to become a true Brahmana, a knower of Brahman. The Upanishad says, he who departs from this world, knowing the imperishable, is a Brahmana. Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda, a great disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, once told me, whoever comes to Sri Ramakrishna is really a Brahmana. Spiritual initiation brings the individual self into harmony with the Supreme Self. A Chinese sage demonstrated the principle of natural harmony, Tao, in this way. He took two lutes and strung them identically. One he placed in an adjoining room, then struck the kung note on the instrument he held. Immediately, the kung note on the second lute responded. When he struck the chiao note on one, the corresponding string on the second instrument vibrated because they were tuned to the same pitch. If he changed the intervals on one lute, the tones of the second were jangled and out of tune. The sound was there, but the influence of the keynote was gone. Similarly, we may read and think and talk, but all this will be of no avail unless we learn to attune our souls to the Oversoul, the Supreme Self. The power of initiation becomes manifest only in a pure soul who intensely yearns for God. Patanjali distinguishes 3 types of disciples. The soft, mridu, one who cannot bear much of the rigors of spiritual discipline. The middling, madhyama, one who strives harder than the first. The intense, tivra, type, including those who struggle intensely for realization. They have learned the secret of withdrawing their minds from outside distractions, are always conscious of the divine reality within them, and have deep yearning for God. Yearning for God should always be regarded as a mark of divine grace. At the beginning of my own spiritual life, the path seemed very difficult. When I asked Swami Brahmananda what I should do, his reply was, struggle, struggle. It is not enough to get directions from a guru. One must struggle incessantly. The disciple must first of all yearn with all his heart to know the truth. To those who are prepared for it, the awakening may come all of a sudden. To others who are struggling, it comes gradually. When we are in a joyous mood, we are able to transmit that joy to others. In a similar way, a good spiritual teacher is able to communicate spiritual vibrations to his disciple. We have seen the great disciples of Sri Ramakrishna exercising this power on many occasions. They were great storehouses of spiritual power, but they used it with great caution. Normally, a guru transmits his power through a mantra.
जाते फूलमान संपद तव श्रीपाद भव पुष्पद पारिजातान प्रेमार्पण श्यामदर्शन प्रेमार्पण श्यामदर्शन जग जन दुख जान संपद तव श्रीपाद भव पुष्पद पारिजातान प्रेमार्पण श्यामदर्शन प्रेमार्पण श्यामदर्शन जग जन दुख जान नमो नमो प्रभु बाको मनातीत नमो नमो प्रभु बाको मनातीत मन वचन काधार प्रभु मन वचन काधार ज्योतिर ज्योतिर जल हृद कंदर ज्योतिर ज्योतिर जल हृद कंदर तुमि तम भंजन प्रभु तुमि तम भंजन नमो नमो प्रभु बाको मनातीत नमो नमो प्रभु बाको मनातीत मन वचन काधार प्रभु मन वचन काधार ज्योतिर ज्योतिर जल हृद कंदर ज्योतिर ज्योतिर जल हृद कंदर तुमि तम भंजन प्रभु तुमि तम भंजन लंग रंग भंग बाजे अंग शंग मृदंग लंग रंग भंग बाजे अंग शंग मृदंग गाए छे छंद भक्त वृंद भारते तोमार गाए छे छंद भक्त वृंद भारते तोमार जय जय आरती तोमार हर हर आरती तोमार शिव शिव आरती तोमार खंडन भाव बंधन जगबंधन वंदित मान जय श्री गुरु महाराज जी की जय सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी Shana Shakti Bhute Sanatane Gunashraye Gunamaye Narayani Namostate Sharanagata Dinartha Paritran Parayane Sarvasarthi Hare Devi Narayani Namostate Jaya Narayani Namostate Jaya Narayani Namostate Jaya Narayani Namostate Jaya Narayani Namostate Jai Shri Ram Krishna Dev Ki Jai Jai Shri Sarda Devi Ki Jai Jai Shri Swami Vivekanand Ki Jai Jai Shri Buddha Dev Ki Jai Jai Shri Jesus Christ Ki Jai
Now, you all will be given flowers, first water to wash your hands symbolically, and flower. And then everybody, as they get flowers, I will recite a mantra for this, what is called Pushpanjali, flower offering. And then somebody will come and collect your flowers and then offer it here. So, and then once you offer the flowers, then please go down to get the prasad. Has everybody received the flower? Nope. So please repeat the mantra after me. Those who would like to stand, they can, but it is not mandatory. Om एष मंत्र पुष्पांजलि सांगाय सावरणाय सशक्तिकाय सपार्षदाय गुरुरूपाय श्रीरामकृष्णाय निवेदयामि. Now somebody will come and you please put the flower in that pot. And after you give the flower, please proceed downwards to take prasad in the basement.